Kubor nakaslem jong udongsan Hima.
Uway na Jingrwai bla Paidbah jong Jilla, uba lu Majaw, hene ke Janmir la Paidbah ke Jingrwai, bla Rwai the uway ni Kiriu Pau Khamat ke Jilla, bediru MDC, kata uba Lyngdoh, kabala ai kerteng the search. Habakran hakini ke Janmir nak keleng uba Lyngdoh. Ulai tu baik kini ke Jingrwai, ulatha hakapor bagadang dan kapakang senang hak ke Jilla bla kawai nak jingta juga klam covid kat kendai. Bada kajinya tadi lang jong bara kelalaban pendap ya bara haduk berkelalaban penmi Paidbah ya kini ke Jingrwai.
I've looked for meaning in life beyond the confusion and strife. Life is hard, things are good for you. Was down and you frown as you watch the breaking news. Try to make some sense. Is the world coming to the end? As we watch lives we cry.
And Ellie's not here. Ready for one pair? Ngay vào cái này cả cái cái bọn cái Jingrwai is a liver roller, and I hope for all New York Jingrwai the bargaining to be able to do something which leaves an afterglow long after it's done, maybe something that will even last a lifetime, is reward enough. But the joy becomes double if we get to share it. And I'm happy that at this, after a little while, we'll get to share everything that the search envisions to each and every one of you.
An album of original songs which I had composed taking maximum advantage of the pandemic situation in the last 1.5 years. And also a few songs pre-pandemic, which I had written along with a good friend of mine, Jong, who is currently based in Bangalore. And it has been an interesting journey, a journey of adventure for me, because initially, as most of you will be aware, I had started off as a songwriter. Por barang sedang mencuba, atau lagi Jingrwai kasih, buat lagi kita kipa akiski pangadon haga KSU album kom atwe ke dot note patki wei hari untuk kita tahu. Over the years, the transformation from being a songwriter to becoming a singer-songwriter, which is to say that somebody not only writes but also vocalizes his own stuff, has been a very interesting journey for me. And it was a challenge to begin with, because I had always believed that singers or vocalists have to have the best pitch, they have to sound perfect musically, they have to be flawless and all of that. But in my journey, what was interesting was that I came to know a few more musicians, and I I must make a mention here of Andrew, who is chairing this session, for his relentless pressure that he put on me, that you, when you have reached a stage where you could write such songs, there is nothing that should stop you from articulating the music yourself. And doing that would be that you that the process of your songwriting becomes a complete process, because then you amalgamate the songwriter with the singer and you express yourself best. So I think we owe all, on my behalf, let us give a hand of applause to Andrew. Richly deserved applause, because he has been a steadfast friend in this musical journey of mine. And with the sense of conviction and confidence having welled up, I took it upon myself to go to the studios and start recording. I'm happy to tell you that we've recorded as many as 18 songs, and 9 of those will be part of the first leg of this album, this musical experience. The first part is the album called The Search. We will be doing a version of the song shortly, and you will be able to capture the meaning of the song once you hear it. And the second part is called The Journey. 2 of these themes summarize the meaning of life. Life as a search for meaning, for identity, for self-discovery. And the journey, which means that life is an ever ongoing journey towards things way beyond the horizons. So friends, this is briefly what I have to say. I'm thankful to all the team that has worked untiringly. It was not the best of times for recordings. As you can see, a few of our young friends are here. It was difficult for their parents to even allow them to travel to the studios because of the fear of the pandemic. But the good thing is that we've done it well, and I'm happy that today we have reached that point of culmination. I think since we have friends from the media, in order to preclude any questions later on, let me also make this a point that somebody had asked me the other day that how is it that politicians can also be musicians. And I said that I first fell in love with music before I heard the word politics. I've never heard this word politics until I entered high school, probably. But music, yes. Whenever we went to school, we would stop by, even at the risk of being reprimanded by the school teachers for being late. We would stop by on the road just to hear a few lines from the Beatles or the Eagles whenever we passed on our way to school. So that has been the journey, and today I'm really happy that this journey of ours has culminated in this very interesting point, and I'm sure that if this is one thing, I'm very sure that Meghalaya has something to give to the rest of the world, and of all its USPs, as a state. Tourism is something that we regard as our core strength, and tourism is something which is related to our landscape and our beautiful nature. But that apart, our other strength is music and sports. And when it comes to music, our hills will always stay alive with the sound of music. So friends, my heartfelt gratitude to everybody who has been part of this wondrous journey.
Is a person who takes away freedom. Happened to me. I've seen it happen to a hell of a lot of people. But then, I looked beyond the trees and I saw the forest. And over there I saw a master. A master shines a path to freedom. So from then on, I treasure freedom because I'm a lover of freedom. So that's the teacher business. Anyway, whatever it is. Many years back, I never knew, like who Pyllait is, was, or whatever will be. I just heard the name of Pyllait as some kind of a thorn in the flesh of political warfare. I said, holy shit, which is a good thing. And then, of course, I never get to meet him. But I met him through his writing, from a small little booklet called Floodgates. And that really blew me. I said, hey, I kept on, I still have that book with me. I kept on reading, I said, hey, this is a man, I mean, like, from his writing, he's not the man that I hear. I said, this is great. So maybe one fine day I get to meet him eventually. And eventually there was another book which I think most of you must have come across. It's called Return to Poetry. And that even blew me, like, to another level. But when I got to learn that he writes songs, I said, holy jeez, this is something more meaningful in life. So thank you very much, Paul. And to make even matter more interesting is that he sings. I mean, he really knocked me out that evening. Thank you so much. God bless you with health and peace, and keep on writing. Pyllait.